Warning, spoilers for Solo Leveling, Bleach, and Sword Art Online. Hello everyone, it's your Bud. In today's video, we will be talking about the main character of Solo Leveling, Jin-Woo, and how he's a combination of Kirito from Sword Art Online and Ichigo from Bleach. To be more precise, he's the combination of the solo, no-guild, overpowered badass Kirito and the power leveling journey of Ichigo, from a lowly scrub to the most powerful of all, also unlocking and mastering abilities that some would call him a monster for using. It occurred to me that Jin-Woo's double awakening could be seen in relation to Kirito being a beta tester. You see, Kirito dominated SAO so easily because he had been a beta tester, when in comparison Jin-Woo was just beta testing being a hunter. However, he did not learn the tricks to defeat monsters, he learned how to survive. So what he learned in his beta testing was the knowledge and wisdom he gained from having to fight for so long while being so weak, and that meant when he was reawakened and gained new power, he knew just how to put that power to use because of his years of long and arduous hunting. This also reminds me of Ichigo, who constantly overcame new challenges and reached levels of power that were seemingly unheard of or impossible in the earlier story chapters. The Quincy, the Hollows, the Vizards, or even the Bounce, all were far beyond what we imagined could initially happen when we started the story, and I get the same feeling from the journey that Jin-Woo is on. I don't know what levels of power he will have to climb to, however I'm happy to see where the journey takes him, and always he will be just a little like Kirito, saying no to guilds and taking all the experience for himself. Now, I've not read all of Solo Leveling. I've seen some parts and it is awesome, and I've also started to read it for myself. If you're interested, I have a playlist with chapters 0 to 16. That's almost 2 hours of the story that I will link to this video if you want to watch it and have the story narrated for you. But what I was getting at is that I don't know the full story yet. I only know part, but what I do know is that Jin-Woo started out as the weakest hunter and is getting stronger every day. And I'm curious to know if there's an Aizen-like character in the world of Solo Leveling, or a Kayaba. However, the real similarity is the beta tester / cheater thing of Kirito, mixed with the constant dismissal, putting down, and underestimating of Ichigo, and the scenarios in which these characters display their incredible and seemingly terrible powers. I think the Ichigo-Kenpachi fight is something similar to the way that strong hunters in Solo Leveling would actually fight, testing each other's strength in battle. Or there's the PKers, aka player killers, like Laughing Coffin from SAO, and they're a really good fit for the plenty of scum that would gladly lie to your face about covering your back in a dungeon, when in reality they will leave you or intentionally trap you where your death benefits them most. I think the life and death scenario of Sword Art Online, mixed with a little of the elitism that Soul Society has, is a good way to describe the Hunter's Society of Solo Leveling. It's not secret like the world of Hunter x Hunter, it's out in the open. There's no hiding the dungeons for what they are. In fact, the more open the world is about it, the more the hunters can be supported to do their jobs. So it's like Soul Society, where prestige and standing mean more to some people than the job they actually accomplish, thinking the hunting to be the means to an end, while others believe hunting is itself the goal. Their differing opinions making for an eclectic world of hunters and many powerful guilds who butt heads or sometimes partner up in certain hunting grounds or alliances. Also, the whole idea of hollows from Bleach is pretty cool, and the entire story of Sword Art Online and Bleach are just made for cool characters in cool moments. Having Kirito be so overpowered and having Ichigo constantly facing new challenges and even greater monsters made Bleach and SAO so fun to watch. The perfect anime for a teenager, really. However, I feel that Solo Leveling is taking things a bit more seriously, maybe a bit more mature, and the details are a little more filled out. I think I need to state here that I'm comparing anime to webtoons, but stories are stories to me, and I'm sure that many stories influence the world of Solo Leveling, from Hunter x Hunter to Sword Art Online to Bleach and more. However, I get a distinct Kirito / Ichigo feel when I see Jin-Woo. To be honest, I always thought he was a little like Kirito. Then I saw the girl Juhi, who had orange hair with hair clips, and she was a healer healing Jin-Woo, and it immediately reminded me of Orihime from Bleach. she's also got orange hair clips, and she heals. And I started to see Jin-Woo as Ichigo instead. He acts kind to his friends and is loyal, caring, and protective, happily offering his life to save that of Juhi from the double dungeon. And also, it's as though the story of Solo Leveling starts with the same scenario as Kirito's Black Cats Guild was in. The statues in the double dungeon and the trap room in SAO are too similar, and knowing that's how Solo Leveling begins makes me very interested to see how the writer of Solo Leveling wants it to end, aka better than Bleach's ending, I hope. Bleach's ending is so disappointing to me. I was along for the journey and then was just sort of sputtered out. And SAO Season 2 starts with, hey, guess what? You know the ending for Season 1? Well, it isn't an ending. Tricked you as soon as still in the game. So yeah, the ending of Solo Leveling makes me really excited. If they started the story right away with a similar thing to what happened to Kirito's Black Cats Guild, and you can tell there's so many different stories influencing the world of Solo Leveling. If they started it like this, I really want to know how they're going to end it. Hopefully it ends a lot better than Bleach ended. So for Solo Leveling, I really want to see if the story goes through issues like Bleach, or if it can maintain the level of quality and pacing. It has been spectacular so far, and now I realize I'm talking more about the story itself and the world of Solo Leveling than I am about Jin-Woo being a combination of Kirito and Ichigo. However, I think I've said enough for you to understand what I mean. The determination, the overpowered, solo, no-guild, cheater aspects of Kirito, mixed with the qualities of Ichigo being a weak, normal person who grows to be so much more, and is potentially driven to be that because of something that is somehow really actually to do with family, just like Jin-Woo, while also being a loyal person to friends, and he's caring, and yeah, but it's all just this thing about like, is he who he is because of who he wants to be, or is it because of some secret family past? It's this interesting thing. I actually can't answer that because I haven't read all the story yet. And then there's Arise. The shadow powers that make Jin-Woo such a terror are Solo Leveling's equivalent of Hollow powers or Hollow Ichigo. Now, you might disagree, however, I get the exact same feeling when I see Jin-Woo say Arise as I do when I see Ichigo go Hollow, and also in a diminished capacity when I see Kirito draw the elucidator to use the dual blades or turn into that giant monster thing. Yeah, so Kirito kind of gets that, but the feeling of awesome I get when Hollow Ichigo or Jin-Woo's shadow beings arise on the screen is just special. It's been so long since I've truly had no idea of where a story will go, with the only knowledge I'm certain of being the strength of the main character and the reaction it would bring to any witnessing it, knowing that any time, for any reason, these powers might be put on display, and knowing how other people must react when in its presence, making me endlessly wanting for more opportunities to see these characters overwhelming or bewildering their enemies and allies alike. Well, I think that's all I'm gonna say for today. I really need to go lie down and get some rest now. It's a rough day for me, but at least I got to think about some cool ideas and write the script for you. Yeah, the whole thing about Ichigo like turning hollow, or Jin-Woo saying arise, or like Kirito turning into that monster thing, or having the dual blades and he's the only one with the dual blades because he was a beta tester that's just like, I don't know, he's kind of a cheater, kind of a solo, but Ichigo cares for his friends, he would like do anything for Orihime, and that's sort of what I get for Jin-Woo. He's a combination of like that sort of edgy awesomeness from the hollow Ichigo and Kirito being a monster, but also mixed with, I don't know, just determination, and he's just the perfect combination of these two people. Thanks for watching, everyone. Leave this video a like if you want me to discuss this topic more. Bleach recently celebrated an anniversary, and I hope it'll be returning into the spotlight more in the future. And SAO will never disappear as long as there are always new people who are looking for their first anime, like we once were. I'm happy to see the spirit of Kirito and Ichigo continuing on in an ever more refined version of badassness in the form of Jin-Woo. Subscribe for daily videos. I make at least one video every single day, and leave any questions or suggestions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.